Hello everyone and welcome back to another edition of the Club 100 SP60 Super Heavyweight Championship from the perspective of Rich T Racing, back here at Whilton Mill for the second time this year, and we are getting now into the crux of the championship. Last time out at Handau we took some big strides towards the championship, running out, I think, where we were 9th in race 1, 12th in race 2, where our main championship rival Richard Newton was way down the field. So we are looking good now for the championship, but we've got to keep this strong momentum up, and we're going to do it at tracks. But I do know very well that coming into this weekend, a little bit of less experience, because I did not do the endurances in the morning with the free swans because everyone was away, so we decided not to do that round. So a little bit less experience this time, much like Alex Pritchard just there as he has himself a little spin. But also a point coming into this round is that Dickie Allen has committed, so I'm told, to the rest of the championship. So he's now going to be someone to look out for, and he's going to be taking some big points out of me, but I think he has taken on this championship challenge a little bit too late. And with that in mind, let's now have a look at the qualifying. And as you can see, whereas recently me and Dickie have been quite close to each other in qualifying, this time not a chance. Dickie up in P6 there on pole for the SHWs, me down in P17, only just in front of Richard. Then it's Stuart Kirk in 22nd, Pete Gillette in 26th, and Christopher Heath in 29th. Moving on to the next six, then we've got Jamie Garside back as a super heavyweight in 30th, Mark Ford P32, Simon Lish in 33rd, James Freeborn in 34th, Lee Barrow, Daniel White, and then rounding off the grid, it's Steve Farmer in last place. So much like we did at Bayford, let's now have a look at the lap that gave me 17th and 2nd in class. Yeah, not a bad lap at all, just not a brilliant one, if we're being honest, and that's what sees us down in 17th place, which is where we find us now. And I am going to have to issue an apology straight off the bat. I got my camera settings wrong. The camera was in wide mode, not super view, so that's why you can't quite see as much as you would normally be able to see in one of the videos. So I do apologise for that one. We're just going to have to get on with it and ignore it. So let's now get on with the matter of racing. We're looking for the go, go, go sign, and there we go, getting this race underway. We've got the inside line into turn 1. Are we going to be able to find our way nicely around the outside? It looks like we have done. Garrett O'Connor there, just getting a little march on us. There goes Steve Lindley as well, just coming through. We've got Richard Newton, he's going to be right behind us, coming now down into Christmas. We get the braking nice and easy down into Christmas corner, coming through Boxing Day now. A little bit of scrappiness. Oh, there goes Steve Lindley, almost losing it on the grass. I think we might have had someone, maybe that might have been Philip Goodless, on the outside of Boxing Day, but we're scrapping away here with Steve, and I'm not sure who else that is directly in front of us. That, actually, no, there is Philip Goodless. So I think we've lost maybe one position on this opening lap, but as Steve tries to run around the outside, oh, Neil, we've just been forced out onto the grass there, coming into the second of the reverse Lesmos, and there goes that chap in the black and orange suit, whose name I do not know, as we head now down into the boot. So it looks like still a lot of scrapping going on in front of us. We're losing out on our braking a little bit, but we are right behind these guys, heading now through the final part of the boot championship bend, I believe it's called. There's people running off the track there. We've got the Grizzly Bear in front of us. I think that might be Tim Williams. Is that Tim? I'm not entirely sure, but it's someone, as we now got a good run here on the chap whose name I do not know. Got the Grizzly in front of us. Well, he's just cut us off a little bit, going round Steve as well. So we've made up 2 places on the straight here, and we are now going to try and we have a look for around the Bear. No, we're not, but we think that's Steve still fighting back. And are we going to see a repeat of Lid? Not quite. We do end up on the grass and see Steve off. We head into Ashby, but it looks like we've been tagged, and we have been tagged. And oh, God damn it. God damn it. There goes Tim. No, that's not Tim Williams, that's somebody else. We were doing so well, we might have just got a little bit too big for our boots, much like that chap into the second of the reverse lesbians, and we've lost a significant amount of positions. I believe it was George Watson who tipped us round there, or I think that's what he told me when I was bumped into at Right House, so hopefully something bad will befall him there, but we're now going to have to try and get ourselves back into the mix. I'm not entirely sure who that was we just overtook. It might have been Dan White? I don't know. Whoever it was, I'm now past him. We're now looking to get past this chap in the blue and white. A little bit of commotion going on there. You can see the yellow and pink Power Ranger as well. And is that Pete Gillette we're going to try and get ourselves past? Yes, it is. So there goes the chap in blue and white. A little bit of squirrely on the exit of the first of the reverse lesbians. We're going to try and take Pete and this chap in blue into the second of the reverse lesbians. We've got Peter, but unfortunately it looks like the guy in this blue suit just having a little bit of the legs on us through the straight, but he has just taken a little bit of an adverse line through the first part of the boot, and we've got the inside line now coming into championship corner, or tower block curb corner. Little bit of contact there, but it's not enough to send anyone round, not enough to be anything untoward, and we keep this little battle going. But it looks like he has just lost it a little bit coming out of Oblivion, but he has also now got a good run down towards Christmas. That chap obviously, and we've just got our braking slightly wrong, giving him a bit of a tap coming into Christmas, so it might be worth just abandoning this battle for now for another time. We're going to have a little look at Ashby go, no, not quite, going to try this again later on, and later on we would find us about a lap later now as this chap in white is behind. Is that, God, would not have a clue who that is. Some chap in a black suit and white helmet. Classic colour combination, that one. But it looks like we're going to try and do what we did a couple of laps ago, but no, not quite. We're back out of it this time, living to fight another day, living to think for the end of the race, not the start. We're going to get nice and close through the first couple of turns as we come now through Oblivion. Are we going to have a little look down towards Christmas? But as you can see there, this guy has just got more of a straight line speed on us, but we're going to go for a major bit of fantastic braking there. Going to make sure we leave space on the outside. He has, oh no, we've been... you know what? I'm not happy. I am not happy with that. Now, as well, two takeouts in one race. We're looking at a clay pigeon round 2 type result here. It's happened again. I've gone round at Boxing Day. Yeah, absolutely fantastic, that one. I mean, if we watch it back again, I put this out on the Club 100 Facebook page at the time, and a lot of the consensus was that the actual incident is his fault, but I should have backed out of it, and I will back that. But certainly the actual me going round is his fault, but I should have backed out of it, and there's not really much we can do apart from march on and get this move done here on Christopher Heath and try and just see where we can recover in this race. We've got 20 minutes left. Who knows? This is racing. Anything could happen. Well, with 14 minutes gone, so nearly halfway, we're back on to the back of Peter Gillette, trying to make sure we keep ourselves in contention for a podium at the very least in the SHW class. Very rare that we've said that this year, me only being able to get a podium. We're normally going for race victories or second places, so it's difficult here, but we are going to do a nice little move there on Peter Gillette, on the legend that is Peter Gillette, and get the move done on the legend that is Peter Gillette. I've mentioned he's a legend. He's a legend. So we're going to cut forward now in arguably the greatest bit of single cut editing I've ever done. If you just saw that there, if you can appreciate editing of that kind, you know. But yeah, the rest of this race was just really rather frustrating because I just didn't really have any pace. I thought my kart was braking at one point, and these guys in front I just wasn't really gaining on them up until George Watson ends up in the wall. And if it was George that took me out at the start, all I'll just say, karma. But yeah, the extra bit of frustration through this race is that despite the two incidents, I'm coming back onto the back of the chap in blue who basically tipped me round or didn't leave me space on the outside, whereas I left him space on the outside of Christmas. Yeah, fantastic. But yeah, so that was another frustration. And I also noticed that at this point in the track, as actually no, here, I'll come back to that in a second. Here goes the guy in blue down the inside of the yellow and pink Power Ranger, whose name I probably should know but just don't. And it looks like either he's got a fantastic car or the rest of us, or I think he must just have a next level kart, because the yellow and pink Power Ranger not able to get anywhere near him on the exit into the final corner. Now we're going to be having a look at the back of the yellow and pink Power Ranger, try and gain these places to get as close to Richard as we possibly can. You can see him very much in the way off in the distance, but we're just going to have to try and see how close we can get to these guys. In the closing stages of this race, actually, we've only got about 5 minutes left. Oh no, 5 minutes. We only got this lap and one more afterwards. But here goes the yellow and pink Power Ranger down the inside into the second of the reverse Lesmos, and he has got the move done there. But it looks like coming back, the blue guy is getting through, and that's going to allow me to come through as well. So we do get that one place there, and now we've got one more lap to try and get this guy in. But we've been run out wide here. Which person who knows absolutely nothing about... Oh wait, it's Dan Brewer. Yeah, oh yeah, okay, yeah, he's lapping us, so we will allow that. And it could have been a very exciting final lap, but unfortunately I just was not able to get close enough, despite a little wobble from this guy in the blue into the boot. We weren't able to get anywhere near him, so we crossed the line. I crossed the line fuming. I was not happy. I thought it was going to be my worst result of the year. As it happened, I actually managed to somehow come 18th. Dicky up in third, obviously he's won the day, but Richard only 14th, so there is second place is still on in this race. So then it's me in 18th, Peter Gillette in 22nd, Mark Ford in 27th, and Christopher Heath in 28th. That makes it top 6 for the SHW in race 1. And as we come now into race number 2, we have got it all to do, but it is definitely on the cards. We did not lose sight of Richard. The gap never really changed, so I'm confident we've got the pace as we get this race now underway. Go, go, go is the sign, but we're able to immediately move over to take the racing line and heading down towards Christmas Corner. We've got the inside line, but it's a false start. The false start flag has come up. Oh my! Oh sweet Jesus! Okay, so that happened. A little bit of poo shot out of the A9, but we're able to get around with it. I think Peter might also have some brown trousers as well. So we're going to go for that one again. Not entirely sure what happened. I think some of the guys on the other side didn't get a good launch, but we are now go for race 2. It's still a half-hour race, so we don't lose those 5 minutes. We've got the inside line now for Oblivion, and it looks like for the moment this is helping us as we head down towards Christmas. We've just had to back out of it there, heading through the crook. It's not to leave us on the grass, heading now through Christmas Corner. A little bit of contact there. We've got to make sure we don't get into trouble here. We get in trouble here. We've been in trouble enough here as Tim Williams goes down, goes round the outside then, and that might be Darryl Snelling with the inside line into Ashby. We've got the less favourable outside line. There goes Philip Goodless, who got himself into a number of adventures in race number 1. But as we come into the first reverse, it's all going quite well. As Philip running a little bit wide there. Are we going to have a little look down the inside? No, not yet, but we are still in good touch with Richard just in front there in the black helmet and red suit, heading now down into the boot. We're gonna see what kind of lines we can be taking here. Oh, it's getting a little bit squirrely there, and there goes the chap in black and orange whose name I don't know. We're going to send it down the inside into Championship Bend Corner, and that gives us that position. So we are one place closer to Richard. Just got to try and get ourselves settled into this race. Can we take a good line here on Darryl? Well, it looks like we did have had an opportunity, but he's just squeezed us there into the little bend down to Christmas, and we weren't able to have anything into Christmas Corner itself. But as we come onto a new lap a couple of minutes later, you can see that Richard is definitely within striking distance, and someone in striking distance as well is Darryl here. Are we going to do what we did in race 1? No, we're not, because we've actually absolutely fucked it and lost out on a lot of ground. And as you see there goes the chap in black and orange whose name I simply do not know, although someone's name I do know is there goes George Watson, trying to do what he did in race 1, but this time not succeeding in knocking me off the track. I'm not bitter at all. But anyway, here we go then. Same lap, in fact. No, not really sure why I did the little edit there. You can see Philip getting a bit bells and tongs with Darryl Snelling, and we now get past Darryl and going past Philip. Oh, dashy Darryl fighting it round the outside, but I'm saying no thank you to that one, as we now see Philip trying to do something down the inside into Oblivion. There was no way that was going to happen there, but now we're right onto the back of Philip. Can we follow him through on Darrell, but no, not quite. We're gonna leave the braking nice and easy there. But I'm gonna say something now. This is one of the moves of the season. That route down the inside into Inkermans from Philip. Lovely, lovely stuff. I doff my proverbial cap to him there. So a couple of minutes in, we're still stuck behind this chap in the black and orange, but as you might have just caught further up top, Philip is right onto the back of Richard. So if we can get this move done here on the chap in black and orange, we might be onto the back of Richard this lap, and we are now going to send it down the inside into Christmas, and finally we get one of the best moves on this track done. And as you can see just there in front, Philip has now not just got past Richard, but he's forced him onto the grass a bit, compromising Richard's line and also compromising his speed. It gives a little wave there, I think, suggesting his dismay at that move. But we now cut to the next lap, and as you can see here, we have got a good run on Richard down towards Christmas corner. Are we going to try and send it? Are we going to do something brave? Well, the bear is there as well. I did not want to do anything too rash in case I tipped him out as well. So as you can see, a lovely little bit of racing respect between us two. I went for the move, a little bit of contact, but then allow Richard back through. Nice and easy. But now we cut to the next lap, basically exactly the same place. Richard having a good look at the bear through Christmas corner. Bear going very defensive. So this surely going to give us an opportunity, maybe this lap, if not the next, to get one, if not both, of Richard and the grizzly bear to try and move forward. And but the plan is to get past Richard and then just absolutely bomb it away, so that we can try and put 4 or 5 karts between us in order to get that second place. It's going to be tricky, but I have faith in myself. Well, it looks like we are going to get really close now to the back of Richard. Was there a bit of contact in there? Looked like I did give him a little bit of tap from the back, but we do now finally find ourselves in front of Richard, and now it is time to enact Operation Let's Get the Grizzly Bear, trying to come through Oblivion and the top corner. I've had nothing going on there, so we're going to cut to the very next lap. And remember, got to try and put this move in on the bear to get ourselves away from Richard. Looked like the bear didn't take the most optimal line through Christmas corner, and he was doing very good defensive driving, but I've just been able to get my car in a position to get past him so he doesn't defend, and we can now enact Operation Drive Away from Richard and the bear and hope that Richard gets swamped by the rest of the field. That is the name of this operation. Should probably think of an acronym for it, but I can't think of one at the moment. So after that, I'm not going to lie, ladies and gentlemen, enacting that operation was what happened. I did put some decent pace, I put a really good turn of pace in, and ultimately got past some back markers, had nothing really to do. And this what you see right now is basically what the rest of the race was, but we were just taking some lovely lines. Everything was hooked up in this race, whereas it wasn't in race number 1. And as we come through Ashby Corner, you might just be able to see on your right there, there goes the pack that I was embroiled in earlier on in this race, and you just might have been able to see Richard now definitely more than 4 or so carts between me and him. And so when I saw that, I thought, oh man, okay, brilliant, this is good. Second place might be on here. But then I thought, remember what happened at Whilton last time? Penalties come in. There is no guarantee that this is going to happen. I was thinking that on this lap, and as I come across the line on the following lap, there's a penalty for number 17. That is Richard. He picked up a 4-place penalty for an advantage by contact, and at that point I knew it was basically over. So second place in this race, all but assured. But as we come to put a lap in on, I'm not entirely sure who that was. It might have been Simon Lish, actually. You can just see some shadows on the inside there. That is Ryan Sandel. God, I forgot his name for a second there. But, you know, Ryan Sandel had come out of nowhere to... I'd got caught up in some back marks, and then at this point I started to panic, thinking, no, I cannot allow that. I can't allow Ryan past me, just in case. You never know what's going to happen. So I had to make sure I fought this one. And coming up, ladies and gentlemen, is a brilliant example of defensive driving here at Whilton. You just saw there, taking the proper defensive line. And what I was making sure I was doing was making sure I hit the mark where I would if I was doing an overtake into Christmas. So that was my plan, basically to go down the inside and get onto the very far left into then Boxing Day. So basically it would be difficult for Ryan to get back past me, and then just trying to be as fast as I possibly can. benefit of the yellow flag for that chap who spun on the exit, but Ryan taking he's got some much better pace than me down towards the boot. So once again, I'm having to do basically exactly the same thing, same principle, taking the defensive line into the boot and then just trying to hang it out on the exit. And so far, it is working. So we come onto it's not quite the final lap yet because we have not been lapped in this race. So we've got at least 2 more laps, I would say, to try and fend off Ryan in this race. So once again, we're going to go to the defensive line. I really wish we still had helmet cameras. You'd be able to see Ryan right on my side, but once again, we are able to keep it going. We're able to take that really good defensive line through Christmas, through Boxing Day, heading now down into Ashby. He's not sending anything there. Come on to that in a second, don't worry. But yeah, no, it's all going well at the moment. And then we've got the benefit of this yellow flag coming into the reverse Lesmo corners. That chap's still stuck on the outside of the second of the reverse Lesmo, but now here comes the next danger zone coming down towards the boot. And again, I wish the helmet camera was there because you'd be able to see Ryan right on the other side. Once again, we're going to have to try and do it. Do the defensive line, and we have made it work. We made it work a little bit better that time, kept the throttle in. Don't know if you were listening to it the last time, I just lost the throttle a bit, but this time it's all gone well. And now we come onto the final lap. Editing with the final lap, not quite as good as it could be, but we've got one more chance to go take the defensive line, make sure that Ryan cannot get past us. We've got the defensive line, we know what we're doing, down the inside, getting that exit line, and we are all good through here. But there is still the risk of Ashby. Got to make sure we're keeping an eye on things. Well, as you can see here, no sign of Ryan for the moment, so there's only really one proper overtaking opportunity left in this lap. It will be down into the boot, but once again, we know what we're doing through there. The yellow flags are gone. I think we did just lose a little bit of momentum on the exit of the second reverse Lesmo, but as you can see from the line that we just took there, Ryan not close enough to be able to get the moving on. So we've just got one more corner to go. Very difficult to do any kind of overtake here. We get through the final corner, and ladies and gentlemen, we cross the line. And for the first time since, I am going to say, there goes Ryan, first time since Rye House 2017 sprints, where I gave my mum a big hug when she came to watch me, I celebrated properly across the line, getting back in front of Richard, putting the distance between them to guarantee myself second place in this overall day, and also fending off the much more talented Ryan Sandall. I will take that. I can reveal then that in that final race, we saw that Dickie would come home in 5th to guarantee himself the win. I was 14th, Mark Ford was 20th, Stuart Kirk 22nd, Richard Newton down in 23rd place, and then finally Peter Gillette in 28th. And that would ultimately, as I said, give myself a second in class, taking home another trophy for the year, maintaining the 100% SP60 SHW podium rate that we have been able to maintain this year. Hopefully that can continue into the final 2 rounds. And looking ahead to the final 2 rounds, let's then have a look at the championship standings. As you can see through that, I've actually been able to extend my championship lead over Richard to, it's about 38 points now. Then it's Dickie Allen coming up in 3rd place. If he is committing to the rest of the championship, I think 3rd or 2nd is the best he can hope for. Then it's Jamie Garside, who has switched back to becoming an SHW from HW. He's up into 4th in front of Peter Gillette and Christopher Heath. Then it's Mark Ford, Stuart Kirk, Simon Lish, James Freewan, and Stephen Farmer, and Lee Henderson as well. Sorry, Lee, I forgot about you there. But there we go, we have got 2 rounds left of this championship, and if you are still watching and you've enjoyed this series so far, please be sure to keep an eye out for the lid video, which should be out within the next very short period, because we've got Bayford coming up really soon. Yeah, we've got the end of the championship. It's getting there, people. We are getting close to taking this championship win, and I can feel the W coming, but we cannot take anything for granted. But I'm going to leave you there as you sit, the camera is sat in my helmet. I think this might be, this might be the longest video of the year. It's been a while since I've done a properly long video, and I think, you know what, this Whilton Mill video deserved to be a long one. So thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. If you are not subscribed to the channel, please be sure to subscribe and hit that bell for notifications so that you know when a brand new edition of Rich T Racing comes out. Thank you very much for watching, and all I shall say for now is ta-ta and farewell. Well, we're talking right when